going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a 10,000 mile ownership review on my 2008 Saab 9.3 Turbo X that I bought just over a year ago, probably like a year and 3 months ago. So I've had it for over a year now, just crossed the 10,000 mile mark of ownership. So today I figured I'd talk about some of the maintenance costs, just give a general overview of the car, repairs, things I love, things I hate, just give an overall like general overview and like my thoughts on the car and recommendations and stuff like that if you were looking to buy one. So with that being said, I already moved the 9.3 convertible, which we're selling this car, by the way. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to go check it out. I was going to record this video outside, but of course right now the wind's dead, but you know, it was pretty nasty a couple minutes ago, but look at how good that paint looks. Look at that flake. Paint is looking great on this car, and of course now it gets windy, which is why I'm going to be filming this inside and not outside. So there's one thing I wanted to mention before I get too far into this video, and that is that we just announced where our next Saab Club of Arizona meet is going to be. So if you guys didn't see the video of our first meet from last year, I would highly recommend checking that out. I'll put a link up here in the top corner for it. So it's that time of the year, the weather hasn't cooled off yet, but by the time the meet is November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd at IMM Auto Service, which is a Saab shop here in the Phoenix area. I'll put the flyer up right here. So if you guys are in California even, there's gonna be people from California coming out. We're expecting 40 to 50 cars, so it's gonna be a great meet. I'm really excited for it, so I hope to see some of you guys there. And yeah, I also made an Instagram page for our Saab Club of Arizona, so I'd really appreciate if you guys would go check that out. I'm trying to get a good following for it. And for those of you that already followed it, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So now let's get to the topic of today's video. So I wanted to start by giving a general overview on my Turbo X. So the Turbo X was created exclusively for the 2008 model year from Saab, and it was made to celebrate 30 years of Saab turbocharging. So with that came, of course, the unique name Turbo X. Also came a lot of unique features like different wheels, exhaust, gauge cluster, a bunch of different unique features. A new drivetrain, Saab's cross-wheel drive, which is excellent. It's an intelligent four-wheel drive system. Different steering wheel as well, carbon fiber accents, can't forget about all that stuff. I mean, those are just some of the things that make it unique. And if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see more content on this car, I have an entire playlist on my channel dedicated solely to this car, and you could find out literally anything you'd want about the car just from those videos, so I'd highly recommend checking it out. But you'll notice I popped the hood. This car features the 2.8 V6, the turbocharged V6 from Saab/GM, I guess. From factory, 280 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds of torque. This one is of course modified. I'm not going to talk about modifications in this video because that would just be beating a dead horse, but if you're curious as to all the things I've done to this car and that was done to it when I bought it, click the link up here in the top corner and watch that video. I'd highly recommend it because there's a good amount of stuff that's done to this thing. So there's a quick overview of the car. I wanted to be quick on it, you know, just for the sake of this video. Next, I wanted to talk ownership costs. I also did a video when I hit my 1 year of ownership with the car, which was like 2,500 miles ago. I did a video talking about ownership costs. If you guys are interested in that, click up here in the top corner. I'm probably gonna run out of videos I can link because I can only link 5. But just to give a quick summary of that video, it's been a very reliable car. The only ownership costs I've had besides like new tires, which is obviously a pretty big cost, but I don't think that really counts necessarily. The cross-wheel drive service was like $200 or $300, I think, and then a couple oil changes and, you know, just basic stuff. The only actual reliability issue I've had with the car is coolant related. I've had a couple coolant leaks I've dealt with. If you guys are looking at that playlist that I mentioned earlier, you'll see that there's probably like 4 or 5 videos just on coolant leaks on this thing. But those finally seem to be sorted. She's been running great ever since I repaired those before Saab Owners Convention. So in terms of ownership costs and reliability, I think it's fair to say, I should also mention this, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this. When I bought this car, it had 171,000 miles on it, and it now has 181,000 miles on it. So for a car that has over 180,000 miles, it has held up extremely well. And a lot of that credit goes to previous owners of this car for taking such good care of it. I'm trying to follow in their footsteps and do the same. But it goes to show that good maintenance on a car is going to make it last a long time. So this car has been extremely reliable for me. So now that I've had the car for the year, I of course am extremely familiar with it. So there's a lot of things that I love about this car, but there are still a couple things that I hate. So for the things that I love, I mean, I could do an hour-long video just talking about all the things that I love about this car. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be very brief for the sake of time. So a few of the things, let's just be quick here. The looks, I guess I should go to the front for this. This car is now 11 years old and it looks like it's brand new. I mean, the modernness of this front end, of course you've got LED. Okay, thanks for honking at me. You've got your accented headlights, which some new cars today still don't even have. I mean, the headlights are really the big thing that I love. The cornering headlights, the bulbs will turn when you turn the wheel. It's a really, really cool and underrated feature. So I guess along with that, the technology, the drivetrain in this car is incredible. Anyone that has a cross-wheel drive Saab, especially a Turbo X or something that has the ELSD with it too, it's incredible how well this thing handles, because it's on coilovers too. This thing handles so well. I mean, I had a Mazda Miata and this thing handles miles better than that. I mean, even on stock suspension, I'm sure it's amazing, but this drivetrain is just, it's incredible. So I guess another thing I could mention is performance. So four-wheel drive from factory having 280 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds. So even from factory, it was a sub 6 second 0 to 60 car, which is really good. Of course, with modifications, it's a bit faster now. But the performance is another great aspect of it. To go along with that, reliability. You've got, you know, kind of the best of both worlds, I guess you could say. You know, it's not the fastest car on the street, obviously. It's also not the most reliable car on the street, but it's good in both categories, and that's what I really like. To summarize everything that I love about this car. It's not perfect at any one thing, but it's really good at just about everything. It's also fairly practical, fairly comfortable. It's got a good amount of features. It looks good. It sounds good. I mean, there's just so many things that are good about this car. And coming back here to the rear end, that exhaust specific to the Turbo X, the spoiler specific to the Turbo X just adds to the aggressiveness and really makes this thing look good. I'm not going to go any further. Now let me talk about a couple things that I don't necessarily like. So when I initially made a things I hate about this car video, actually a couple of those things have been fixed. One of the big things I mentioned was the head unit. The old head unit in this car, I'll put a picture in right now, was very outdated looking. It's not that it didn't have a lot of features obviously, but it looked so outdated and I hated it. So now I have an OEM navigation unit in there. I'm actually going to do a video on all the features of this at some point in the future. I'm not sure when, but this is a lot nicer. Of course, the nav is like 12 years old, so it's a very outdated nav. Of course, that's to check for the DVD real quick, but this doesn't have all the features in the world. Of course, it doesn't have Apple CarPlay or anything like that, but what I really like is the modernness of it. I mean, like I said, very outdated looking. Takes quite a while to load, but I really like this over the other unit that was in there. So that problem was solved. I mean, really the only other complaint I have about this being a Turbo X is that any parts that you need for it are just a little bit more expensive compared to like an OG 9.3 or the 9.3 ARC right there. They're just a little bit more expensive. So like for example, I almost needed to buy new center caps for these because they were faded and messed up, but when I had the wheels redone, they ended up being able to fix those. But new center caps are like $150 for like a set of 4. The brakes, because the Turbo X has bigger brakes, those are more expensive. You know, just because it's the top of the line, it's more expensive for you know, a good amount of parts, and that's just the price you have to pay. So that's just, you know, a trade-off of getting like the more high performance and top of the line model. Again, just nitpicking here at little things. That really shows how little that I hate about this car. I guess one more little thing I could complain about is fuel economy. Given that just how the gearing is in the 6-speed manual, the gearing is another thing that annoys me. If I'm on the freeway doing 80 miles an hour, I'm doing like over 3,000 RPM, which I think is a little bit dumb, if I'm being honest. So the gearing in the manual is a little bit, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it also makes for, you know, shorter gears and more fun. So again, just a trade-off. Fuel economy isn't great either. I probably get about 20 combined, so not great. But, you know, just, again, little things I'm nitpicking. 10,000 miles into my ownership of my 2008 Saab 9.3 Turbo X, and for the most part, I really couldn't be any happier. I am super glad that I flew across the country, wasted like $500 in airfare just to look at the car before I bought it, and then pay like another $2 grand to have it shipped out to the West Coast. Super worth it, because, you know, of course, most of these are on the East Coast. Super worth it. I'm super happy. I don't regret it one bit, guys. I mean, this thing has been amazing. I'm never gonna sell it. I mean, you could offer me double what I paid for it right now, and I would not sell it. I mean, maybe, but probably wouldn't. Point being, it's not for sale. I have no intention of selling it anytime soon, or ever, really. I mean, it's a car that I'd like to keep for as long as I physically can. So that means that there's always gonna be more content coming on it. If you guys enjoy the Turbo X, you like the car, which I hope you do, because this is my baby, and you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I hit 20,000 miles of ownership on my 9.3 ARC like 2 days ago as well, so there'll be a 20,000 mile ownership review on that coming, who knows when, probably fairly soon. But with that being said, that's it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.